Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated.
Simple as that. And
Nerdcore used to be just a made-up word. MCs shied away from.
Okay.
okay. Welcome to EGTN. This is a very special episode that we bring to you from GuyversWish.com.
Live and in person.
Live and in person. Why is this a special episode? Because Kasich just said it.
I'm right here.
Or Kyle. He's right here, literally right next to me.
Yeah, I am. You guys can't see it because we're not doing. Trust us.
We're right now. Kyle came down and drove down an hour and a half to see me, so I
did.
feel special.
I did because I'm the good friend.
He is the good friend. Dick. So we were gonna have a special episode. We were gonna do Bad Batch with Coda, but Coda forgot I said today. Coda, I'm talking to you. You probably won't listen to this episode.
To be fair, I looked at the message. You said 1 p.m. You didn't say 1 p.m. Saturday.
To be fair,
But
I'll still say I was right.
But we can still do it tomorrow. That's not a.
No, it's not a problem.
That's not a huge deal. I got a wide open week.
So the
yeah.
only thing I got is tomorrow is Mother's Day.
That
So
it
I do
is.
have to spend some time with Lily.
Mhm.
A little bit. She can fend for herself
A little bit.
most of the time. But, hey, welcome to EGTN, where we're two 30 to 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And you guys, I don't have to point now because we're not doing video with this one.
Wait, you can point.
I can
I'm
point a lot easier now. You guys might know us online from the Twitches as Guyver UNT01. I have to say it that way so they'll find it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Should I be recording this? I could record this for video, too.
Do we want to do video? We have to start all over.
No, we don't have to start all over. We can start from here.
Nah, we'll just do audio with this one.
Okay, yeah, this one's just be audio.
But yeah, Guyver UNT01 on Twitch, and I am also on Twitch. KSIG, this K_SIG. You guys come hang out. It's just a fun thing that we do on the side. Or is this on the side? Which one's on the side?
I don't know anymore.
It's just all carrying over.
I really don't know anymore.
But yeah, so we do both things.
We do this for fun. Like,
yeah.
oh, I guess we don't have to have the ring light on anymore, do we?
Unless you want to stay lit up.
I'm lit.
I'm going to grab something real quick while you just keep talking to the people.
Okay. Well, so Kyle lives not too far from me. When I say not too far, it is, it's an hour and a half, but
It's not too far for where we live.
no, not for where we live. So he said it was an easy drive. I just appreciate you coming down, man. Like,
It really was. Like, once I got on the main highway, like, out of where I live, like, 2 turns.
really?
That was it.
Just straight shot?
I stayed on, like 75 all the
Right.
way. And that was it.
And you were there.
I was here.
So
Then I'll be there when I leave here.
why is this episode special? This is Kyle's the first person we've had in our house, really, as a guest for dinner or anything. He's going to stay for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
In almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
So
I've popped your pandemic cherry.
You have pandemic cherry or panda cherry.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's sexual harassment. wait. Let's see. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, no, we do that. Oh, you got all the effects.
Yeah, I got the effects here, but hold on.
Sexual harassment.
Nice.
So, but you can control the soundboard too.
Oh, I got more power. I'm good over here. I'm just gonna kick back and just talk. Now that's all I got to do.
So I'm really excited. So I bought this extra
Bomb.
mic. I'm actually going to buy 2 more mics here, so that way when we have people in person, we can do live podcasts like this. And I've got the Rodecaster soundboard. Literally all I have to do is hit record on it, and it is so easy. And it's got an internal battery. I got a 256 gig micro SD card in it, so we can take it anywhere.
We can record all the things.
All the things that you guys don't want to hear.
Yeah.
You're going to listen to every damn thing we have to say.
Mm-hmm. All the words that we have that come out of our mouths.
So I mean, we were gonna we were racking our brains for what we were gonna talk about today, and like, you know what, let's just talk about shit. We haven't seen each other in a while. Let's just talk about shit.
Just catch up.
So this will be episode 28, 29, depends on what we do, what Kyle renders first.
Depends on what this guy does.
What this guy does over here.
I still got one in the backlog that I got to edit. So
It's the Disney one.
he'll get out there.
Which we really enjoyed doing.
And the Disney one is pre all our new fun equipment stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll sound different and look different. But, you know, whatever.
But it's in the bank for when we need it, if one of us gets sick or something. But it's been a journey up into here.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, we've got a loyal fan base of about...
7 people.
7 people. If you look at the stats, though... Here, actually, I'm going to bring up these stats.
Yeah.
We have about 19 people that are faith... Look, that one that went live yesterday, 7 plays already.
Okay.
I haven't touched it. So
It's gaining some ground.
Cute. It's gaining some ground. Go to the dashboard here.
And this isn't like us patting us on our own back episode. Just letting you guys know that you guys that are out there, we know, we watch, we pay attention, and
we appreciate
we
you.
appreciate it. Especially that Canadian, whichever one you are.
Oh, look. Okay, so Canada, we click on there. British Columbia.
Oh, we know where you are, sort
We
of.
know where you are. And then we have...
And we love you.
We have someone in Germany. Where is it? Germany, the United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Still have our Irish people.
We have our strong 1% Irish base.
Yeah. We really need to cater to that Irish base a little bit more. Actually, I will be seeing my friend Sue from Ireland here in a couple months. So I'm excited about that. Maybe she'll help spread the knowledge.
Is she going to come down to your house?
No, she's come. I'm meeting with my buddy Devin. We're going to a concert up in Chicago called Riot Fest in September. And so he's flying his friend. Sue was his friend first. And so his friend Sue is flying in from Ireland, and then I'm meeting up with them, and then we're all going to probably carpool up to Chicago. So,
oh, that's really cool.
Just, Devin's my music festival buddy, and I think he met Sue through, what's the Running of the Bulls thing?
The Running of the Bulls?
Just the Running of the Bulls. San wherever it is. But that's where they met, so like this mutual friendship thing. So it should be a fun little 3 Amigo trip.
So, does Sue listen to our podcast?
I don't think she does. So we can really bump up those Ireland numbers.
We can if you.
We could probably double those if we get Sue to listen.
Why? I guarantee you, she knows the other 2 people there. It's an island.
I won't tell her you said that.
Well, if she
She'd be
listened
angry.
to this, she could do this.
Yeah.
But seriously, everyone who is listening to us, we really appreciate you. We started off this podcast, like, this is something I've wanted to do for years, and no one would commit to it. Like, they're all like, yeah, we'll do it, and they just wouldn't get off their asses. I finally got off my ass to do this from my friends Steven and Lydia, which I don't even think they listen to this.
I bet
That's
they
okay.
do, and you don't know it.
Maybe. If you do, thank you. From the Stevia Show. If you guys don't listen to the Stevia Show, go listen to them. It's a great show. It really is. They inspired me to start this, and I followed up at Kyle and said, "Hey, we really need to let's do this podcast." And Kyle was telling me about an old podcast he was on that they got banned from the radio for a while.
Well, I had to quit the show because mine, we kind of get into some, like, not dark humor, but just here we have our jokes and stuff, and that one we made a lot more off color, and I don't want to say like not politically correct. It was the non-politically correct jokes that we made were in satire, right?
Gotcha.
Making fun of the people that are serious about that kind of stuff, and it was funny. And if you listened to it, you understood. But my job didn't, so I had to. The job I had at the time, I kind of had to stop doing that. But it was fun. So I've had a little bit of experience with it. I think I've done like maybe 15 episodes with those guys. And they still listen. Bob, Justin, John, you guys are out there. Thank you all continuing to support me and give me shit. But so I've done it a little bit, and I like doing it. This is kind of a good outlet for me because like I'm like a social introvert, I guess you could say, and which is I think common with the creator community. The people that stream on Twitch and all that, like we like socially, like in real world socially, we're really selective on what we do, but we get a chance to do something like this, and then we're like good to go. I know like when I'm getting ready to stream, like last night. So I streamed last night for the first time. Well,
It was almost a week.
Yeah, I had one earlier in the week, but I was just like, okay, I'm ready to sit down and do this, and like to get in my when I get in my head to do that, like I sit down and I have like a little 10-minute starting soon scene, and usually play some music, and it's usually me getting a drink, going pee, getting ready, so I'm like in the chair and ready to go. But when I sit down and like start listening to music, and I kind of get hyped up a little bit, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do this and launch. And like anybody out there that's just starting to stream, like don't look at your viewer count, just talk like there's 100 people there and just keep going with it. And I get excited once I hit that like live button and the scene switches and there's like people there to talk to. I'm excited, like it's an adrenaline rush. I love it. So that says Virginia. I thought that said something else. Like how do they
We're going through the stats and the geographic location.
I don't have my glasses.
So where our listeners are, we're a strong base in Oklahoma. We get a strong base in Texas. Good God. Kyle, his name is not China. Thought it said something about Virginia, Washington, Oregon, Louisiana, like someone from New York. Like we've got them all over. It's pretty broad base. You know where we don't have anyone? California. Isn't that where Coda is?
No,
No, we do have California.
That's Harry. Harry's
Harry.
California somewhere.
So Harry's but Harry watches it on the YouTubes. I think.
Oh, okay.
So again, we just really appreciate you guys. We did this, starting out thinking, like Kyle was saying, this is for us. This is our outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm stressed at work and it sucks. I can come in and I'll stream at night if I'm not tired as shit, because I'm old. I'm getting really old. And I'm tired. I'm just tired all the time now. I'll take care of the kids so Mrs. can work. So, hopefully they get their shots soon too, the kids, so we can get them back in school, and then just everything will be hunky-dory and go back to regular, and then I don't have to take care of them at night. But this is my outlet. I love when we do this because we can just ramble on, and you guys have heard us. We do
a lot.
A lot. But seriously, we appreciate it. We're 20. This will be 28, 29 episodes in, which I think is a really steady way to go, because I don't know a lot of other podcasts that are releasing 2 or 3 per week sometimes, which kills us. But it's good that you guys can listen to it.
Yeah, and we're like we do. I like that we're a little because we do the long format thing, and that's you guys are sticking out there. That's important to us, because I know that your typical YouTube video, you're looking like 10 to 15 minutes. Most people hit 10 minutes minimum so they can monetize it.
Yep.
Anything over 15 minutes, you start to lose people. So you guys that stick with this, because we do
3 hours.
We do the long format. That long. I almost went with a joke, but they're like, we'll leave that.
No,
one.
do it. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that long girthy format that we do because it's just full of content.
I wouldn't know that.
Me either, but
Mine's schlort.
Schlort. But yeah, you guys that stick out through that, we really appreciate it.
So we would do.
So what were we gonna do? Were we gonna do just like random nerd news today?
Yeah, just random nerd news. Why not? So let's bring it up. Here, you got the keyboard. Go
Okay.
wherever you want to go. He's in my nerd cave, which is also the
hamster.com. What?
Here, pull it forward if you need to.
I can reach it. My arms aren't that short.
Yeah, but it's more comfy.
Yeah, so
I'll show you. We'll change this later too.
We kind of talked earlier, like we'll just kind of hit some random nerd news, and we are not prepped for it.
Nope. So we're just literally
this is
gonna
on
ramble.
the fly. So we're gonna
I know. I want to talk about that because I am talking myself out of getting that right now.
Why? Okay. So what you guys can't see Chris pointing because this is audio format is.
Hey, look! It's right there.
It's right there, guys. Resident Evil Village.
Okay, I've been watching videos on it.
Which videos? Because there's some with her.
well-
Anyway.
With the tall lady. No, the videos I've been watching. Actually, let's talk about that too on Amazon. What was getting flooded? So, just people streaming it, the demos, and then getting into it yesterday. The graphics look amazing. The story looks great. The voice acting sounded amazing on it. The gameplay looks solid. It looks like a damn solid game. I wish it was multiplayer. Because that's the games I like to play right now. Like, I'll play a lot of shitty games, and then I'll play a lot of games that I don't like Hunter. That's not really my kind of game, but I'll play because the boys play.
Yeah.
Because I like playing with my friends. Like,
And that's a thing, like, not to build off of that. If you guys, when we stream, we do a lot of indie games.
I'm king of finding the $5 indie games.
Like the stuff that when you go to put it in your title in your Twitch stream that doesn't even have a logo for the game, it's just the name.
Or you can't find it.
And we do those. And what I found out, and I've said this for a long time, is it's not always the quality. I've played some really shitty games a lot before, like me and Chris here started streaming together. And it's not always like a good quality game, of course, is great.
Right.
But if you're playing online multiplayer and you got a good group of people to play with, like-minded people, and y'all get along and nobody's really arguing and you don't take it too serious, you're going to have fun. I mean, sometimes you'll have more fun with, like, the crappier the game, your fun level will increase, especially if you get like weird glitches and
Bad
weird
boys
bugs.
at school.
Yeah, just like, you know what? We're just gonna run with it and we're gonna have fun. And people have asked me that, like, why are you streaming those indie? Because they're fun, dude. We get together as a community, and if you guys aren't in the AGTN Discord, please do that. We'll try to keep those links in the bio for you, so you can just click and join, even if you're not a Discord user. Just that may be your first channel, and that'd be great. Because we like to play with the community. If we can get enough people that want to play something, and there's enough slots available, then we'll play it.
It's not exclusive.
No, if there's something that you guys love that we've never touched, if it's some weird obscure game that would be fun for us to stream, Chof, no hentai games, but
there's a lot of them.
He's gonna listen to that. He's like, "Oh, son of a bitch, I gotta take that out of my library." But we can't do those on stream. We'll do those like whatever after. Just let us know. Like, hey, like, this game is fun. We want to play. You know, if you guys want to play it, or you'll find other people that may know that game while you're in there. We've got channels and stuff set up where you can meet, group up, everything. I'd love to see that Discord continue to grow, and it's growing.
I do too. It is growing.
I mean, and it's not just for gaming. Don't get us wrong. We have things in there for all the different communities, and there's conversation. Like, I was trying to keep up with all the, at least participate in all the conversations because it's like our channel.
Yep.
And we should, and I can't now because there's so many offshoots and different conversations and things going on. So you'll find something in there that you like.
Well, like the other night, the draft, or last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
The draft. When B-Rob, Hughes, let's see, Justin, there's a couple other people weighing in too, talking about the draft. And, they were giving me shit because, yeah, you're right. I have no clue what was going on with that. Like, I like college football in here. They like, pro football.
Yeah.
And they were giving me shit, but it was great because, like, literally, it was like a million lines of chat.
Mm-hmm. When I saw what was going on, like, I backed out. Like, I used to be big into football, like really big. The foosball and sports and stuff. And I'll still catch a game, baseball, football, whatever. If it's on and I have time, I just don't dedicate time to that. And that's something we've brought up a lot as, like, when we hit on the aging nerd thing was one is time management, and what can you end up trying to do everything, and it gets really hard. And you get FOMO, you get the fear of missing out on different things. And I get it all the time, especially if I look in the anime channel, right? And everybody's talking about all these great shows and stuff. Or I talk with my kid, and she's like, "Oh, you haven't watched this, this, and this, and this." I'm like, I can't. I want to. It's not that, like, I don't want to, but I also have to sleep some point in time, right? Maybe. And so it's like you start having to pick and choose, and in a way, it sucks because there's all these other awesome things that you want to experience. But then you don't get to because you run out of time. So, but you still have these friends, and we have that going on in the Discord, that you can kind of experience it vicariously through them, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
And so hearing Chris talk about different shows and stuff, I'm like, okay, well, that does sound cool. And I can start to kind of pick and choose what I want to watch or what I want to play or what I want to read based off of all these recommendations. And something I've struggled with, and I still struggle with, is like get all these recommendations. They're like, you got to watch this, you got to play this, you need to read this. And then I want to do all that because I feel like I'm missing out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I
and
know
I
exactly
want to talk about it. I'm slowly getting better with, finding a focus of what I want to do.
I see that. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's real hard. You know what I just realized? I'm wondering if we're picking up each other on both mics. We'll find out.
We may be. I think I'm far enough away.
We'll find out. But even if it is, you know what? People will listen.
I may be able to fix it in post too.
Okay. Here's what's funny too. We started off talking about Resident Evil Village.
Oh, we did, didn't we? We got off on a tangent. Well,
that's normal.
yeah.
Resident Evil Village looks great. I really want to get it. I'm talking myself out of it right now because I have a Roadcaster to pay. Well, I just paid that off, and now a Go XLR to pay off. So that might be later.
Now, did you play? What was it?
Biohazard.
Yeah, Biohazard or 7 or
Yes, I started playing it.
Uh-huh.
Didn't realize that Biohazard's or Village is a continuation of Biohazard.
Yep. So you need to go back and finish Biohazard.
Well, if you buy this right now, you get Biohazard with it
You already have Biohazard though, right?
on the Xbox.
Oh yeah, well do that. It's great. It's a great game.
It is, but it's
And here's what it did for me. So we'll go ahead and talk about this. I like the Resident Evil game concepts. I've started several. Before Biohazard, the only one I still don't know if I finished it, but I played extensively and exclusively was Code Veronica.
yes.
Okay, so you remember Code Veronica?
Yes.
That was a PS2 and a GameCube.
Yep.
Both. I played it on PS2.
And then remastered lately.
Ooh, okay, I'll have to get back into that. But that got me into it. But then I've tried to play some of the other ones, and the controls always get me. Like, I've tried to go back and play one remastered,
It's hard.
and the controls get to me because they're clunky.
They are clunky.
And, I don't know if it's a fanboy thing, because I've talked about it with other people, and they're like, well, that's just Resident Evil style.
Right,
I was like, I
right.
think you're fanboying it a little bit because they could be better, and they could be smoother, and they're just like, this is what it is, and we're going with it.
But what are you gonna do?
But what are you going to do? They're making millions and millions and millions of dollars on these. They're just, people are going to buy them.
Right. So, what I liked, I think it was 4, 5, and 6, because they were multiplayer too. Like, that was always a blast to play with people. I love doing that. I mean, it's not the best, but it was fun. If no one else wants to play, you and I could play those 2 playthroughs. But, like, those were always fun for me. I just like the Resident Evil. It's always been good storylines. It's been continuations, and it's been variants. Actually, let me see something cool. We'll do this. I'm showing them the nanolights. So you see all the... Now, this is only part of the toys that are in here, the figures, because I've got a lot stashed in the closet, too.
When he's saying toys, he means like collectible things. And I'm not in
It's my dungeon.
his man toy cave.
You know what? It's okay if you were. Let's see if I can do this here. Let's see. I am changing this. I don't know if I have it saved or not. I did an Umbrella Corp one for the lights
I remember when you did that.
and a Pokemon one, but I haven't tried in all of them. Well, fuck it later. Okay, so
We'll just give it that one.
yeah, well, I'll look for it later.
That's our coverage on Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
I think you should pick it up and play back through Biohazard.
Are you gonna get it?
I might. That would be good. Like, and I'm kind of like you. The single player ones are tough because when I have time to play, I want to play with everybody. Mm-hmm. But when I did Biohazard, there was about a time like I need to pull back a little bit from multiplayer for a minute and try some. I wanted to try something different.
Right.
And I wanted to stream a full playthrough, which I did with Biohazard, which took like 3 days. It's not a long game at all.
I think it's only 8 hours. Isn't it?
Yeah, like you can knock it out really quick. I think I knocked it out over a weekend. and stream the whole thing. And so I may do that with this to try to find a time, but then that kind of cuts into my social time a little bit. That's the kicker.
Well, and for you, streaming is a lot of your social time. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's like 90% of my social time.
So, and before you guys judge, don't be an asshole. If that's his social time, that's his social
That's
time.
my social time.
Literally, that's my social time lately, too.
Yep.
And that's how it is. Let's talk about the next one I got up here is Jupiter's Legacy. So it's written and produced, and he had a hand in all this. I think it's Mark Millar. That's how I've been told it's been said. He's done a lot of awesome comics. He's the guy who wrote Kick-Ass.
Okay.
This is supposed to be it's Josh Duhamel is in it. Like, it's got a star-studded cast. It's about aging soups, and society's turning against them, blah, 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 blah. It's supposed to be like a contender for The Boys, but not as graphic.
And it's its own, like you said, this is its own IP. This is not based off of comics or anything. Like, it's a fresh thing.
Yep, written only for this, on Amazon. It looks really good. Looks really damn good. I'm excited to start it, but that goes back to our aging nerd. We start something and can't finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've still got to finish. Lily and I still have to finish. What it's called? American Gods season 3. Brings me to another point.
You gonna call me out for not finishing Cowboy Bebop yet?
You need to
I'm
finish
close.
that one.
I told you what happens though.
Yes. Yes. But it's so good. Like, what episode are you on?
Like 9 or 10. There's
There's 26 episodes.
what is? I forgot her name again because it's been
Faye?
so. Yes. Probably 2 episodes after she joins up with them.
Right.
And so that's Faye Valentine.
Yep. Faye
Yeah.
Valentine.
So that's about where I am right now.
Faye.
But I'm at that thing again where it's been so long since I've watched them. And I say so long. For some of you people, like 2 months may not be so long since you've watched something. I'll need to, I may have to go back and start it over again because I'll forget things. Like, it may come back to me, but...
That's a long time for a series, though.
Yeah.
Especially one that's complex. If it's, like, real easy and they didn't intertwine, you'd be okay.
Yeah.
But Cowboy Bebop builds on it. So, for me, I got the news that they canceled American Gods right after season 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of shit that makes me not want to finish a series. Because
then it's done.
It's done, and it's going to be unresolved. Like Swamp Thing, when it was on DC Network, the DC app, Swamp Thing was that way for me. It was really slow, but I really liked it because I love Swamp Thing as a character. But then they canceled it as soon as it came out, and it's like, I kind of don't want to finish this. What's the point? I get discouraged. So I'm really bad at that. I need to get better, but it's...
See, I'm kind of the other way with that. If I know there's a definite end to something, and especially if it's like a 2 or 3 season thing, then I'm more apt to get into it instead of, like, what would be a good example? Walking Dead, okay? Loved Walking Dead. Watched it when it started, watched season after season after season, read the first 100 and something issues. I was big into it, but it just kept going.
Yep.
And sometimes there just needs to be a conclusion to a story. And when you're looking, I don't know what season they're on now, but I stopped roughly. Yeah, I stopped roughly the Alexandria, towards the end of that Alexandria arc. Probably 1 season after Negan was introduced.
Okay. Negan's a great character.
Negan's such a great character, but that's about where I stopped because I kind of lost a little bit of interest. It felt like it was really dragging on. And a little bit of mine was I knew the type of character Negan could have been,
right?
Because of how Negan was in the comics, and I think that was at the point where I had done some research and didn't know this until like the Negan era of Walking Dead was. They actually pitched it to HBO at one time.
Did they really? I didn't know that.
Kirkman
did?
I think so. I think I may be quoting.
They lost out.
Could you imagine
With the
Walking
budget?
Dead with Negan on HBO. You would have had a true Negan.
Like, because pretty much what we have on AMC is Negan Light, what we had. Because in the comics, he was a lot more brutal.
He was. And he was a lot more brutal, a lot more foul-mouthed. He was, like, when I think of a villain... Okay, so you have your villains that you hate. You have your villains that you love to hate. You have your villains that you feel guilty for liking because they're such a terrible person. I felt guilty for liking Negan because he is terrible.
He is, but if he's that well written, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You like, I want to hate this guy, and then he'll pop off something like his and this is strictly me talking from the comic side of it and how far I got. The way he was written in the comics, the way I felt reading him was his character because he was very charismatic.
Right.
He was supposed to be very charismatic, manipulative. Like, I got manipulated by this dude in the comics because, like, I'd hang out with Negan. Oh, he's a really terrible person. You know what? He probably has his reason. Yep. I got manipulated.
But you liked him.
I liked him.
That's all that matters. Mm-hmm. What's it matter?
It doesn't. It really doesn't. You just like the things you like.
You do. Next up.
Okay, so we went from Jupiter Legacy to Walking Dead.
Now we're going to go to Mass Effect. Did you ever play any of the Mass Effects?
I did not because Mass Effect was strictly Xbox, right?
No.
It was not?
PC.
Well, I didn't have the PC then.
PlayStation. It's been on all the formats. So I think maybe at one time the first one might have been Xbox exclusive.
Okay,
but they branched out after that.
And so I never played those, so this is your wheelhouse.
So next week they're doing the re-releases of Mass Effect for the current gen consoles and computer.
Okay, so that'd probably be a good time for me to hop on it then and try it out. They
are probably some of the best storylines you have ever played because it's open-ended. You can get Renegade or Paragon. Paragon, if you make a choice that's a Paragon side, it's like the good side. Renegade, like you say fuck you and you leave your crewmate behind. You try and one of the storylines is in one part you can try and sleep with your crewmates.
Okay, I remember hearing about that.
And you can choose who you sleep with.
Really?
Guy, girl, alien guy, alien girl, doesn't matter. One of them's like the Grogans, and they're like these lizard people. I think you can try and sleep with them. I chose Miranda in 2, and I remember Lily came home from work one day, and it was a very graphic sex scene when I finally got it, because I got like 200 points for it on Xbox. I'm like, yes, I did it! But it went on, and I'm like, oh my god, it's still going.
I'm already done.
I'm like, I've been done for 30 minutes.
I gotta go outside and smoke a cigarette, and they're still at it.
Give me 20 minutes, I'll be good to go again. But one thing I heard that they took off was the multiplayer, which is okay. The multiplayer was fun as hell, though. It really was. It's 4-player. It was kind of like the endless waves that keep coming, or, you get the waves. But it's probably some of the best series ever. I pre-ordered it for Steam and Xbox. I want to play it on both again. But it's so much fun.
So I may pick that up. That may be a good.
It's all 3.
And here we are again with the stacking of the things
I know,
to do.
that's what we're doing.
But I want but this is another thing. Like, when we going back to that whole fear of missing out thing. That's a whole series I missed out on.
1, 2, 3. Andromeda is next. You're not missing out much with that one.
Okay.
But it's rumored that they're doing a whole 4K/8K new series that's in development right now, too.
Okay.
There's going to be another Mass Effect. And like I said, the stories are just phenomenal. They really are.
I may get on. I have to look at the time scene.
Spend the money, though. It really is.
Yeah.
They're great, though. If you guys have ever played Mass Effect, let me know what you think about them.
What's that in the middle? This is This is Office related.
Right here?
The Office.
Go ahead.
Jan Levinson's sperm donor has finally been revealed. This was just published 17 minutes ago. From The Office. We got to click on that.
So, okay, let's talk about that. So, you read this while I'm talking about this. So, Lily and I were talking the other day. She's like, I was going here. I read about this. Really interesting. And, of course, it was clickbait. And she goes, I love clickbait. She goes, I do too. Because sometimes you find out some really cool things from them.
You
really
do.
cool stories. I hate myself for it, but I love clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be careful of clickbait.
Well, you do. We clicked on this one.
Yeah, but okay. What's this one about?
So scroll up a little bit. So it's talking about The Office.
Okay.
And so if you
Full
guys
disclosure.
Mhm.
Lily and I have never seen one episode of The Office.
You haven't?
No.
Okay. Well, this isn't like a big spoiler or anything like that, but you guys remember that there was Jan had a baby, which was Michael's like love interest for a while, and she went to through a sperm donor, but it was always kind of like everybody like, well, who, it never was revealed who the donor was. So it says here that that tennis star Andy Roddick was the sperm donor that Jan Livingston used to get pregnant on The Office. Okay, that's not near as exciting as I was hoping it was going to be. Whatever. We can go back. I'm a little sad now. I was hoping something really good.
Oh! I don't know if we mentioned this. Yeah, we did. We've mentioned this on a previous episode, but we called it Doctor Strange. Again, I saw this. Doctor Strange was supposed to have been the big reveal in WandaVision.
I still haven't read that article you sent me. I keep forgetting. It's like it's there. And like
It's there.
Well, okay, well, sum it up for me now so I don't have to read it since we're here.
Basically, they took him out.
Yeah.
Because all the race riot shit's going on and everything else.
Yeah.
They didn't want another white guy to come in and save the day.
Okay.
Makes sense to me. They're being conscious of...
Yeah.
They're reading the room. But I think it would have been much better had he done, because they've already confirmed her for Multiverse of Madness.
It would have made sense for the story.
Right.
It would have made great sense for the story.
It would have. And something else exciting I read, they're developing a Wanda-related movie now, Scarlet Witch.
Oh, cool.
That'll be awesome. Like, I love her character.
I do,
I really do. And
I just love Miss Olsen.
Yeah, I do too. She's so hot. But she does. I mean, especially because she doesn't. She looks like the Gelflings, but she doesn't.
But she doesn't. Yeah.
And she still acts.
And she's a great actress. I'm not. Okay.
She really is.
I'm gonna throw it out there because somebody's gonna bust our balls on this because we've said it a lot. Like, oh, she's so hot. She's so okay. One, we're dudes. Okay. We
are dudes.
We are guys that enjoy women, and if they're
not
beautiful,
that there's anything wrong with if you don't.
No, not at all. But that's just saying that's
who we are.
That's who we are, and if we think they're attractive,
if we think they're hot,
we're gonna say it. I'm sorry. I mean,
that's what we do.
Yeah, she is. She's just a gorgeous woman.
She is.
Very easy on the eyes. But yeah, a great actress as well, though. I mean, if she can hang on to her accent, that's the only thing.
Yeah. I'll go with that. I want to talk about this too. Looking at The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Season 3, I think they started writing it already, or it's been under development.
Okay.
And they are hinting at a lot of shit right now.
I love how the universe is getting expanded.
Completely.
At a time where it's easier for me to keep up with it. Because we were talking about this. So we watched Bad Batch together before.
Which was awesome, by the way.
Yep.
You get to watch it with a buddy.
Yeah.
It makes it so much... Lily, no offense. Love you, but...
She can't hear you.
She's doing her cricket right now.
I was checking.
But it's just so much more fun with your buddy who shares the same shit. Like, I've missed dude time. I've been surrounded by girls for a year and a half.
You poor soul.
I know. At least
again, you there's nothing wrong with women.
No,
but Chris has been trapped.
I have been trapped
in this fortress of estrogen.
It is until I get into here. This is my sanctuary.
Yeah, some hangout time was way needed for him, definitely, and me. I was glad to get away. But yeah, it is. When you get to sit down and watch something with your buddy, that makes it that much better because you talk about it, you crack jokes. We probably didn't watch it as intently, I think, as we would have. We kept stopping
and talking,
either cracking jokes or me.
Or there's something else that Kyle has going on.
Yeah, or just something else random, like I get a squirrel thought and I've got to get it out. But also asking him to explain some of the things to me because, as you guys know, I haven't watched all of Clone Wars yet, so I don't know the Bad Batch arc from that series at all. So I had questions, but it's such a good good episode. We'll talk about that with Coda tomorrow.
Yeah. Coda, who loves Star Wars. I think he loves Star Wars more than me, and I love Star Wars. Don't get me wrong. Oh, so you saw the picture I posted on social media about May the 4th? I had the Star Wars ears and the yeah, and then the stuff from Galaxy's Edge. Hardly anyone at the ESC at my office got it.
Oh,
They're like, why? They looked at me like I was weird. I'm like,
you're like
what
in
is-
the nerdiest department there could be.
Exactly, and hardly any. Well, and I don't get to see a lot of people from my department because they're all out. Like, not a lot of people from my department got it, and we're by all these other departments in in the sub basement.
Because that's where they put you.
That's where they put us. That's where we belong. That's what we deserve.
Not the dungeon, the under dungeon.
In the under dungeon, but hardly anyone got it. And like, it was just weird. It was weird to not have people get it.
I failed so hard on May the 4th. I had, I got several just shirts laying around. I mean,
Right.
I've got my traditional Star Wars shirts. I've got my Seagull shirt. I've got my Pew 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 shirt. I had them. They're all clean, laid out, ready to go. And like, I rushed that morning to get ready to go to work, and I just grabbed like a regular like button-down shirt or something. And I got to work, and I looked at the calendar. I was like, son of a bitch, I missed my chance. I didn't have my shirt. I failed hard. Rake me over the coals, guys.
You know what? I did order. Shop Disney had a special May the 4th 2021 shirt.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm ordering it. Like, it looks awesome. I'm super excited to get it. Like, I want to go back to Disney so bad. Like, Kyle's looking at my background picture. It's of the girls with Olaf. It was from 2 years ago. But that was so much fun. I cannot wait to go back because we went in February. It was like raining and below freezing for some time we were there in Florida. You get that. So it was cold as hell. We didn't pack for cold, so we had to buy stuff there. Like especially for younger one there. But
For extra mini Guyver.
yeah, for extra mini Guyver. But I can't wait to go to the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge because supposedly they have a really good lightsaber you can get there now.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it's like $200, but you know what? Fuck it, I'm buying it.
Is it one you can't order it? You have to like get it there.
You have to get it there.
Oh,
You put it together. You get
Damn
the
you,
Kyber
Walt.
Crystal. Damn you, Walt! But you know what? I'll do it.
That's how they get you.
And their hotel's getting ready to open up. That's super expensive, but it's totally immersive. The entire
It's
experience
like
is
there's
like
like cantinas and stuff.
yes, and like the whole staff is Star Wars characters. Like the restaurant is Star Wars based. They're in character the whole time. Supposedly,
you hear a knock on the door and it's like housekeeping, and you open it's Greedo.
he shot first.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's no one on their honeymoon because you don't want him to shoot
Yeah.
first. But yeah, no. So like, supposedly it's supposed to link into some rides. Like if you go on the Rise of the Resistance, I've heard that they'll come, like knock on your door. You know what time it is, but they'll come whisk you away, transport you there.
I don't know if I want to get paid to get kidnapped.
Well, it's not that you're not getting kidnapped. You're escaping.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
Yeah. No, but it's like, and then like, it's just supposed to be awesome. Like everything's supposed to be linked together.
It would be really fun.
But
Is you take the kids and you sign up for all these things like you're talking about, where they come and show up and they just like, you got to go now, but you don't tell them that's what's going to happen. You don't let the kids know, and so they're just like, oh, we're just staying at the hotel, and
take the small one first.
Yeah.
Let her cry.
yeah,
I feast on their
that'll be worth
tears.
all the therapy down the road.
It really will.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was just fun. I can't wait to get back there because I love Disney. I really do. I don't know. I mean, we could talk about more, but I mean, this is just kind of a cool little get together.
Yeah,
Because we're gonna be cooking dinner not too long here, so we can get out on the road, and I want him to try the VR stuff.
oh, I do have to do that.
Yeah, which is what we're gonna do here as soon as we get done with this.
Mhm.
I mean, if you guys have any ideas that you want us to come up with, I think we got a channel for that in Discord.
I think we do.
If we don't, we'll start one. You guys post it out there. We might not do it. Odds are we might do it. Like I said, we got a list of like 80 different show ideas we want to do. And that's the problem too. Like if someone if we have some guests that aren't able to make it, and we have to do something last minute, we have so many things. We're like, what do you want to do? I don't know. Which one do you want to pick? I don't know. And I've got to have time. I write a show flow. It's not a scripted thing. Like, there's a couple things that are scripted, like the beginning and like the Horny Harry commercials or the commercials we do, because there's no way I could do that off the top of my head. But then I'll write a show flow. It's just talking points. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. So we can get back on track, because
we go off script all the time, and that's fine. That's what's fun about
and
it.
That's what's the best. I think that's what makes the show.
Yeah,
it's just going off on these tangents. But we eventually come back. Mm-hmm. So cool. I know what I was going to talk about. Seeing this. Okay, so the tall Lady Dimitrescu off of Resident Evil 7.
Dimitrescu
or Village.
Yeah.
Apparently people find her like super sexy.
I can see why.
I mean, it's not like they're dressing her slutty or anything. It's just
no,
the way that they do it.
She's okay.
Classy.
She's very classy. She dressed, what would you call it? Like maybe late 20s, early 30s ish.
Yep. That gangster wife.
Yes, the gangster wife. Very up class, classy, but she's also, grungy and scary and like an 8-foot tall vampire lady.
And she's got one of those cigarette lighters, like from the 20s, like the old one.
She's got the Corella DeVille cigarette holder.
Yes, that's what it is. So apparently Amazon got flooded. They had to do something with sexy tall lady stuff that wasn't licensed. People went searching to pre-order the game. Mm-hmm. They couldn't find it because for like 3 pages, it was like sexy photos or paintings.
Sexy tall vampire lady.
That's what it was. And I died. I'm like, oh, that is great. And then,
how many did you order?
6. That's just the power of the nerd community, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what
we like what we like.
I'm looking at my Ace Funko. We need to do the Funko episode soon.
We do. I mean,
I know nothing about it, but you would.
I know a little bit.
We're gonna have Steven on there for that because he's got a huge.
He is, and there's a really good documentary. I think it's still on Netflix that you can watch about like the history of Funko.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually kind of. I have stock in Funko.
I
don't
too.
make anything from it.
I don't either, but I have some.
I have some too.
It's doing better than my GameStop is now.
Yeah. What is it? Dogecoin?
Doge.
Mm-hmm. How long do you think that's going to be hot for?
3 more months.
You think so?
But I am not a financial advisor. Do not take my advice.
No.
But yeah, I think it'll pop.
Well, it's like the GameStop. I was thinking about doing it, but then I'm like, no, I don't want to. You did it, GameStop. Mm-hmm. Did you make any money?
Mm-mm. Nope, I'm down like 30% still.
Shit. But you're not losing money.
Well, I'm not losing any more money. Well, okay, that's the big thing is you don't really lose money until you cash out. You don't make money until you sell it. Right. So technically I haven't lost any, but my position's terrible. Yeah.
So don't take financial advice from Kyle, boys and girls.
Nope.
So what may be hot now isn't necessarily going to be hot later.
That's why I didn't finish that route in college and change gears. So.
Yep. We do have a new listener too, Mr. Matt, who teaches at Union Schools. Proud father of triplets, so he's busy all the time.
Congratulations.
I think
more power to you.
2 or 3 now, but at the same time, that's
triplet. That just got tired hearing that.
Yeah, it's bad. His wife teaches at Union too. She's one of my friends.
Uh-huh.
He started listening to us, and he'll randomly message me and say, "Hey, your first episode about the aging nerd really hit me."
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people say about it. So I think the first episodes are most successful.
We can go back and I think that's something we can go back and touch on again and really down the line and really get into.
Yeah, we can do that. And if you guys want to be on the show, don't think this is exclusive. Let us know.
Yeah.
If you don't mind putting yourself, that's the whole thing with a podcast. You have to put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. You have to be real, be yourself. People will know if you're faking it.
Yeah.
But if you want to be on the show, feel free. Just message us.
Let us know. And all we're doing is having a conversation. That's all. We were talking like this before we turned the mics on. It's just a conversation with the mics on. So if there's a topic that you're passionate about, if you feel like you know a lot about it, or you just want to talk about it with us, pitch it out to us.
Let us know.
We can probably make something happen. We're always looking for ideas and And I love having members of the community on the show with us because our knowledge is limited. Everybody's knowledge is limited. You know what you know. There's some things that you just, like we said earlier, you don't have time to get into. You don't have, but you're interested in. And so that's some of the topics that I see us hitting further on down the line.
Yep.
As we get into hobbies and interests and things like that. There's a lot of stuff on our list that we know jack shit about.
There's a lot.
And so we need guests. And, it'll be a lot of question and answer type stuff. But we're learning too. That's part of it. I like to learn. I like to hear about new things. Even if it's something that I may not initially think that I'm interested in, I'm going to listen if somebody's passionate about it. If it's something that they're really passionate about and they want to talk about and they're trusting me to listen to their passions and they want to, I'm going to listen.
I agree.
And that's some things that we'll be hitting further on down the line.
Example, Lily is very passionate about planners.
Yep.
I didn't know that's such a big thing. It's a huge market if you look it up.
Yep.
It's ridiculous how much this shit costs.
And I remember you talking about that, and
Right.
there's a lady I serve on a committee with, on a civic committee in town, and she always has her planner with her. And she got asking like, what are you doing now? And extra stuff. And I was talking about the podcast. She said, that sounds interesting. And I looked and I saw her planners. Like, we're going to do an episode over those. She's like, what, planners? I'm like, yeah, planners. Like, I didn't know. Like, my co-host was telling me that his wife's into it, and there's this huge community behind it. She's just like, oh yeah, I have every planner. She's like, I have a planner, get a new planner every year, or a new filler or whatever. And she's, I have every planner I've ever used for the last 20 years.
Yeah, that's
Sitting, and I can go back and if I think, oh, well, I was at this or this happened in 2012. I can go back and pull my planner out and look at my notes, and there it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And, it's kind of, she's keeping that for like longevity too. I guess for her kids and stuff later on,
Which
they can
is
go
cool.
back and see what mom did.
Because it's the written word.
Yeah.
And we all know digital's not going to be around forever. That's what scares me, how we don't print pictures anymore, how it's all digital. Because if we lose the digital, you lose that shit forever.
Yeah.
But
Once we got 3, 2, 1. But anyway.
yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Or 1, 2, 3. I went backwards.
Lily, she's like, I don't know if people really want to listen to. I go, no, that's the thing about this show. And what we tell you from the get-go, everyone has something that they're passionate about, so we want to explore that. If you're not, you might get interested in listening to it or watching it. That's the whole thing.
And we're going to try to make it fun and interesting. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really into planners, but there are people who are.
No.
Like, what was another episode that didn't sound interesting to me? I mean, there's
Probably one of the ones I put on the list.
no, like the sports ones. Like, you get involved, let's say, like a NFL. Actually, let's talk about this real quick, too. The guys were pitching doing an EGTN fantasy draft.
Oh, doing Fantasy Football League?
Fantasy Football League, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know how we do this, so let's talk to B-Rob about it, because he could tell us all about it.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to put in a gift card for whoever won. Like
I'd be down for that.
Gift card. Like, you and I could split the cost.
Yeah.
If you guys are listening, we will put in a gift card for the winner of that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be much, but you have bragging rights, and it'll be something free.
I got some other ideas, too. I'll talk to you about off recording for that, so it'll stay a surprise if we go this route with it.
And if it doesn't, you don't know.
Then you won't know it. It never happened.
So, but with that, I think it's a good place to end. We're almost at an hour.
Yeah.
Give or take.
We rambled.
We did ramble. Not bad for not having anything prepared.
No.
We're going to do this more often, too.
Yeah.
It's harder for me to move down, to get down there. But if we can make it in person, we're going to try and do that.
Yeah.
And this has been awesome because now we don't have to rely on Well, we're still relying on technology.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about latency and stuff.
yeah.
Doing it through Zoom.
And we're going to learn from here. If it sounds like shit and we're picking each other up, we know we got to move further apart.
Yeah.
And we can fool the gateway on the cast.
Yeah. We'll get it.
We'll figure it out.
Oh.
So with that, this has been EGTN. I'm Chris.
I'm Kyle, and thank you guys for listening wherever you are. Good morning, good night, good evening, and be good to each other.
See ya.
See ya.
Nerd culture, rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd Nerdcore used to be just a made up word.